Hello all, Rambling Canuck, back for another video. Today's video is going to be on Star Trek Lower Decks. Now, before I get started, I'm just going to say that this is not going to be a scene-by-scene breakdown of each episode, mainly because I don't have enough booze in the world for me to be able to do that. I'm kidding. But no, it's just going to be my overall thoughts after watching episodes 1 and 2, and just kind of let you know where I sit on this. So, with that said, Star Trek Lower Decks has some good points, has some bad points. I'm also going to preface this by stating that part of the reason that I'm not overly thrilled with Lower Decks is I'm not one for slapstick comedy. It's never been my favorite. So there's that going in. And Lower Decks has a lot of slapstick comedy. But I have other critiques as well. Going on the positive, one thing positive on Lower Decks, I liked the music that they chose for the intro. I liked the nod to TNG at the end of the intro where the ship warps off. I liked that because it's a nod to TNG. I always enjoyed when the Enterprise D did that at the end of the intro. So kudos to them on that. As for the two main characters, I've watched both episodes now, and I really have a hard time with it. Because on one hand, you have Mariner, who is basically Michael Burnham 2.0. At least that's how she's being portrayed at the moment, and that really bugs me. Because, well, it's like, did you not learn anything from Discovery? Please tell me you learned something from Discovery. And as for the other main character, the male ensign, he just comes across as a complete, utter tool. And I guess that's how he's supposed to come across. But to me, it just, I don't know. It just irks me. The other thing that irks me on this show, and there's going to be a lot more that irks me than I like, and I'm sorry for that. Normally I'm Mr. Positivity. I mean, just look at my Picard reviews. But, I mean, this show, I don't know. The other thing that irks me is all of the adults on this show have a mentality of a 13-year-old. And that bothers me. Because what I would have liked to see would have been the Lower Decks characters being a little bit more childish, a little bit more zany, like they are. No problem with that. But I do have a problem with the main bridge crew acting like they're a bunch of 16-year-olds. It just bothers me somehow. And maybe that's just, the stickler with me, I don't know. But to me, it just feels wrong. The main crew should be portrayed as upstanding Starfleet. And the Lower Decks characters can be zany all they want, but your captain, your first officer, they should carry the maturity of that rank. And so far from what I've seen of the captain, the first officer, they do not. They carry the mentality of a 16-year-old, and it bothers me. And I get it, it's a cartoon. We're being kind of overcritical of a cartoon. But at the same time, the storylines that are in there right now, and yes, we've only seen 2 episodes, so maybe they'll correct some of these mistakes as they go, or what I view to be a mistake, which is, like Mariner even states in the first episode that anything above the Lower Decks, they're all prudes, they're all stuffy, you don't want to go there, because they're all assholes, basically. But then you see the main bridge crew, and they're anything but that. So your own dialogue states that the captain and the first officer and any ranking officer is going to act a certain way, and then they don't. it's like hitting a brick wall for me. It just doesn't make any sense. And then the other thing that kind of bothers me is Mariner herself. She really just takes me out of the episode. I mean, in the second episode, she knew everything. She's got a blood oath with a Klingon. She knows all these people, been everywhere and anywhere, knows everything. But her age and her rank depicts that she can't be much older, and it's even said in the episode too that she's not much older than the other main character, who's fresh out of the bloody Starfleet University or Starfleet Academy. He's fresh out of the academy, and he even states in the second episode that she's not much older than him, yet has all this knowledge that he doesn't, and all this experience that he doesn't. It's jarring for me, because it takes me out of the episode, because you're telling me that, without explaining it, that she's got all this experience, but yet she's the same age as somebody fresh out of the academy. How? There's no hint. I mean, the only hint we've got is that her father is an admiral, her mother's the captain, and so was she pushed into the academy early? Was she, we're missing so much, and for her to be portrayed this way is a disservice, I think, to the character, because people are starting to already get the Michael Burnham vibe. And for any new Star Trek show, you don't want any of your characters to have any of that vibe. And she's already getting that vibe. And I'm sorry, but first opinion, usually the lasting one. So I really think they should have either slowed her roll or explained it a little bit better. And I get it, it's a cartoon. I do get it, it's a cartoon. But it bothers me. And I mean, overall it's okay. The first episode I gave a 3, second episode I gave a 2. And the only reason the second episode got a 2 was because Mariner's irking me more and more every time I see her. Because she's just becoming a Michael Burnham 2.0. And that's the last thing anything with the name Star Trek needs in it right now, is another Michael Burnham. And that's what she is coming across as a Michael Burnham. So, I don't know. I'm hoping that they correct and that some of this is explained and they take the time to flesh out these characters a little bit better moving forward. But so far, not impressed. And I'm hoping for the better. And that's my 2 cents. So till next time, take her easy, folks.